ladies and gentlemen, many of you might remember this man. This is David McAtee, and he was gunned down back in June in Kentucky. And his family is now filing a wrongful death lawsuit against LMPD, the same police department that killed Breonna Taylor, and the National Guard. So apparently the night that he was killed, it was a lot of people gathered outside by a food store. They weren't really protesting. And the police rolled up on these folks and just started firing on the crowd. Now, David McAtee, I believe they pronounce his name, he was outside, but he did fire at them. But the problem is, just like in the case of Breonna Taylor, LMPD and the National Guard never announced who they were. They just showed up and started firing at a crowd. So, of course, he was gunned down. And I'm just finding out in this story, y'all, one of his family members was out there. So one of his family members actually saw him die that night. They were outside during that same time when Louisville Metro Police Department and the National Guard showed up. Now, it does name the two officers, but it does not give the name of the National Guard that was also involved in killing this man. They won't name who they are. But, it's like anything else. They put the two officers on administrative leave. Now, see, their excuse at Breonna Taylor's apartment was they had a no-knock warrant, right? So they claimed they announced themselves. And according to the people that lived there, they said they did not. And you see that same pattern when it comes down to David. They showed up on the scene, did not announce themselves. You know why? Because I think that was a routine thing that they did in Kentucky. See, when they're dealing with us, nobody cares about following procedure. All of a sudden, all of that goes out the window. They don't care. But see, when they're dealing with their own, all of a sudden, procedures and rules and going by everything to the letter, all of a sudden, that's important. But just look at what happened in both cases. The cops did not announce themselves in both cases. This is what they do. This is what they do all the time. I'm going to go ahead and play this video from WLKY out of Kentucky. So this is September 21st, 2020. Okay.
LMPD to try to just, sweep this under the rug or, rely on their good faith to accept responsibility. We'll use the court system to hold them responsible.
Family members of David McAtee have filed a lawsuit against LMPD officers and members of the National Guard. The man known to many as Yahya was shot by a member of the National Guard on June 1st.
This should not have happened.
The National Guard was there assisting LMPD in breaking up a crowd at the corner of 26th and Broadway after a city-imposed curfew following several nights of protests.
You cannot unleash soldiers with weapons of war on your own citizens over a curfew violation. It's absurd, and it's in violation of their own policies, and it's in violation of the law.
State officials say ballistic evidence and security cameras show McAtee fired first, but one of the family's attorneys, Steve Romines, said police did not announce they were law enforcement. They didn't allow time to disperse, and body cameras were off.
There is no policy that they followed in connection to that. Every single applicable policy was ignored and violated. We know there was no protest. We know there was no rioting going on. And yet LMPD pulls in. Within a minute, they are shooting pepper balls at people who are fleeing.
The suit is seeking compensatory and punitive damages for things like McAtee's wrongful death and emotional distress of the family. Andrew Chernoff, WLKY News.
And Romine said he's sending out subpoenas for information to be provided. He said the defendants in the suit have an opportunity to respond, and after that, they'll begin the discovery process.
All right. So you heard what his attorney said. That was his attorney speaking for the family. And yeah, I mean, I think that's messed up. Just learning about a lot of this. So there was no body cam. Isn't that always convenient? There was no body cam to show what happened that night. Oh boy. Well, it seems like they are okay with paying out for damages. They just don't want you to have any cop served time. They don't want that. But paying you the money, that's perfectly fine with them. This old corrupt ass system gotta go. For real. They said they start firing on this crowd within seconds after showing up. And you didn't announce yourself. You didn't say you were a cop. You didn't say nothing. What was anybody supposed to think? Seriously, just like in the case of Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, what was he supposed to think? You came barging in, barrage of bullets from the outside, from the inside. Yeah, he fired back at you because, you look like an intruder. It looked like an intruder. And like I said, there should never be no-knock warrants going to somebody's house like that. This is ridiculous. The way they got this place set up this is just for the birds, for real. Boy, there's a reason why America is falling. Just look at yourself. If you're not too blind to see. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.